Introducing the AstroTurf Nerd, Todd DeWolfe. DeWolfe began in the synthetic turf industry in 1999. He's been involved in over 300 turf projects. He's in charge of research and product development for AstroTurf. He's inspired to improve the surface that unites towns and cities from across the globe, the places where your kids play. This is Todd DeWolfe, the AstroTurf Nerd.
First, I'd like to give a shout out to Gary Jones and Gabriel Schrei for making me do these videos because they know how much I absolutely love them. Today, we're going to talk about something that's pretty important to us here at AstroTurf called the SPECT Initiative. It's something we came up with collectively. We always talked about how we compare ourselves to natural grass and what do we do differently well that really makes us capture that. SPECT stands for safety, performance, consistency, and durability. And those four letters really speak a lot to what we're trying to do in this industry. How do you gauge safety? Safety always starts, turf always starts with safety. You know, that's where we begin. You always want your field as safe as possible. So how do you gauge safety? Well, that's based on performance, and performance is gauged a few ways with artificial turf. The One Turf concept, World Rugby, FIFA, FIH, even the NFL has some testing that they do on their fields. But really, the One Turf concept kind of captures everything with safety. And you're trying to keep your body biomechanically comparing to natural grass. We're essentially trying to capture the best natural grass fields in the world. So with performance, we know that athletes want to start, they want to stop, they want to rotate and release without their cleats getting stuck. They don't want to slide in the turf, but they want to release. They want to keep their body biomechanically in line, so they're not, if they're unstable and they start to over-rotate and they start to overturn, everything just gets out of whack, and that's where some injuries can happen. So you're trying to biomechanically keep artificial turf in line with natural grass, and that's what we're trying to do here at AstroTurf. So performance, how do you keep performance? Well, you keep performance with consistency, and with consistency we use the root zone here at AstroTurf, and what the root zone does, it keeps the infill in place. It keeps the infill from moving side to side. We have a phenomenal ASTM test, that's a spin test that shows our infill staying in place. If you watch our fields, look at our fields on TV, watch the big games, you don't see a lot of fly out of the infill with our fields. When you see a lot of fly out, you see it 3 foot high, 4 foot high, that infill's moving. That's changing that system. So biomechanically, you're doing something different to that system. You're playing on that system differently than you did a second ago because that infill has moved. That infill has transferred to a different spot. So you keep a consistent system by keeping that infill in place, that footing in place, so you know when you're stepping on the field between the 45-yard lines and the 20-yard lines, you're getting the same system, that same consistent system, that same footing. How do you keep a system consistent? Durability, so that's the D, so SPCD. Durability, look at the quality of our fiber, starting with Trionic. It is a nylon and polyethylene fiber that's infused, and it's a copolymer system. That's a good turf nerd word, we'll do that later on. But essentially it's a very, very strong, durable monofilament. I believe it to be the most durable monofilament in the industry. It's our best monofilament we've ever produced. Our slit film is very high quality in our blended systems. So you know when that system wears, it's going to take a long time for that system to wear, and it's going to be an outstanding system, consistent system for you for years and years and years to come. And that's the key. So to keep consistency, you have to have durability. And that's what we're striving to do here at AstroTurf, is give you, as the customer, a safe system that performs, that stays consistent, and is durable to keep that consistency and performance and safety for your athletes. We may cost a little more, it may be a little more money for our turf, but you're getting a lot more athlete out of our turf. And that's all you can ask for as a parent, as an AD, as a coach, that you give them the safest, you give your kids, your athletes, the safest system money can buy. And that's what we're producing here at AstroTurf. So give your AstroTurf rep a call. These guys are knowledgeable. Our sales staff is experienced as it gets. That's out there. These guys know what they're talking about. Bring them in. talk to them before you put a spec out there. Talk to them before you put an RFP out there. Bring them in, get their perspective on turf. We don't chase the ambulance, we're not followers, we're leaders, and that's what we're doing here. So give those guys a call. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you next time.